Hi viewers, and welcome to another episode of On the Farm, where we're vocal about everything local. I am Shakima Hanley. On this episode, we are featuring the New River Cooperative Open Day, celebrating 5 years of this Open Day under the theme, a reflection of our past as we embrace the present with a better vision of the future. And the patron for this year was Mr. Augustine Merchant. But before we get into it, we take a short break and be right back after this.
For each and every one of us, food tells a story. It starts with agriculture, and our actions impact its journey each step of the way. We have one planet and are part of one system. We must work together to build a better future. We need to reconnect with nature and work as one. Let's rewrite the story of food for a better, more sustainable world. Our actions are our future.
I greet every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Your presence, I really welcome your presence this morning. Today is my job to address you with the celebration of our 5th anniversary. Under the theme, a reflection of our past as we embrace the present with a better vision of the future. As we all can see, New River is very hot, windy and dry right now. We also have some major problems. So in managing all these, here comes our uninvited guests, monkeys. The rest you know offhand. Nevertheless, with all these problems, God has and will continue to be good to us in protecting and strengthening our New River farmers. Here at New River, we have many histories. One in particular is how our farmers before worked so successfully in that resilience and hard work, and they prepare a foundation in putting together a technology platform in making our mission come alive, and that did in grand style. Now today, we have advanced technology for maximizing production. These men experience from the past are our advantage today. Now we are providing an easier way of generating to today's showcase in only a bit of agriculture activities and technology applied by farmers. I am pleased to say that it has been a collaboration of work together as a team that has gotten us this far. And for that, I just want to pause and ask everyone to give an applause to our farmers. Most of them are not here yet, but they will be here. It is also my honor to encourage our farmers who are not yet a member of our group to come and join our team as we continue to provide a healthier living to our Nevis population.
Right. But I have known Murchie from since I've been literally in Pampers. He's always been in my grandmother's presence in her yard, discussing all things agriculture and development. So he's no stranger to me. He's always encouraged me in whatever aspect of agriculture that I have been. He's a knowledge source, incredible knowledge source, especially when it comes to gaining information for funding for farmers and so on. And even though he sits here and he might be home, he's still helping others, as Merla would have definitely told you, that he is an invaluable source to agriculture on the island. So thank you, and I hope you do enjoy today's proceedings and soak it all in, because you have paved the way for some of this to happen. So thank you very much for your contribution. right? To the members of the New Rivers Farmers Cooperative, supporters, attendees, thank you for being part of this anticipated, highly anticipated post-COVID celebration. A Japanese farmer once said, "The ultimate goal of farming is not the growing of crops and animals. It is about the cultivation and perfection of human beings. After all, we must eat." The history of the New River area in relation to farming stretches back not to just hundreds of years under colonialism for which the plantation was established, but as archaeological evidence has shown, it has extended to thousands of years, right, to its Amerindian inhabitants, right? I don't know if many of you have known in the past there were archaeological digs that have been taken place and they found bones, relics, potteries, and so on. So New River has been a producer looking after the inhabitants of the area for thousands of years. Not just when the colonialists came and our forebears put their blood, sweat, and tears into the area. It has been producing for years. Right. Now, New River was an essential provider of muscovado during World War II and an essential economic driver up until the decline of cotton production in the 70s. As many who live and work the land here can attest, however, New River has never been quiet in relation to agricultural production. It has always been producing and ensuring that families are fed. With the establishment of the New River Farmers Cooperative 12 years ago, they have moved miles further, ensuring that New River not only remains at the peak of production, but also that the area is prepared for the continuous changes that affect all involved in agriculture. They're embracing the opportunities that are now being presented to them. Their success has paved the way for various grants from funding agencies, as Merla would have mentioned, such as FAO, the Food and Nutrition for Change project, which they just recently concluded under UE, and this is now going on to their second grant from Jeff. As much as they're ensuring that their visions for the future will be manifested, they are putting in the hard and uncomfortable work now, so that the issues such as climate change, the economic hardships caused by the pandemic, the fight against non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and high blood pressure can be tackled with ease and foresight. They are giving back to the land that bore the blood, sweat, and tears of our forefathers and foremothers, and the land is now rewarding them 10 times over. They can boast of some of the most delicious, healthy, nutritious crops produced on the island.
Importantly, I want to recognize Mrs. Merla Bazi, the president of the New River Farmers Cooperative, who I must pay homage to this morning. I also want to recognize all of you for being here this morning, because your presence here this morning is testimony to the interest that you are showing in what is happening here at New River. I want to, first of all, though, go back to Merla and the New River Farmers Cooperative and ask you, please, to acknowledge them and their hard work by giving them a round of applause, please. And why I say that is because you have heard that this is the 5th staging of this particular activity. And I believe it was said before that there are normally confusion among various groups and they fall by the wayside over time. But this cooperative has continued to press on. And I want to go further and say most times you hear about the first annual event. You also hear about the second, but you don't hear about the third, the fourth, or the fifth. So by having this 5th annual event today, it is testimony that this group has stayed together. And I want to commend them for staying together through the various difficulties and challenges, obviously, that they have had over the years. And I can recall when we had the first event, I was here. And I can recall, of course, the inception of this cooperative. Because indeed, Merla would have come and she would have tried her very best to bring the farmers here at New River together. And I want to also commend all those who would have played their part from the Ministry and Department of Agriculture over the years, because it has been a collaborative effort. No one man can build a nation by himself or herself. But I want to say that over the years you've seen so many exploits in this island where persons have banded together. And so we have had quite a number of cooperatives that have been formed over the years. And importantly so, because cooperatives represent something that we have been talking about for many years. And the reason why we've been talking about it is because cooperatives are organizations whereby you can access funding from various international organizations that governments cannot access. As a matter of fact, it is important that we recognize that access to these funds certainly mean that you have monies that can be used and utilized that the government in some cases cannot provide. And so I want to commend all of the cooperatives here on the island of Nevis, including this very one that we're speaking about, for their efforts in staying together, their efforts in putting projects together, and their efforts to access financial resources that are available through DREF, through other organizations or international organizations. At this point, I want to just recognize as well the patron for today's activity. And why I am paying homage to Mr. Merchant today is because Merchant embodies the theme that was established for this event. The theme spoke about, or speaks about, the past, the present, and the future. And that is all wrapped up in Merchant in terms of his contribution to agriculture over the years. Now, I will say to you that Merchant comes from a background where he was in teaching. You'll hear a lot in his profile, but I want to just acknowledge some of these things because as the Minister of Agriculture, I have had a chance to interact with him for quite a number of years. So he started in teaching, or before that. He also would have been at the Department of Agriculture, the Director of Agriculture, and he would tell you that on numerous occasions he would get up at the crack of dawn, go to Potworks, come to New River, get to Prospect by 8 o'clock in the morning to do his duties there. But what that suggests to me is that Merchant has been a dedicated son of the soil to agriculture. So in the past he has done his tour of duty. Presently he still continues to impact the lives of farmers. And I would want to say at this point in time that when he was the local representative of ICA, he would have done his best to ensure that Nevis received exactly what it should receive. Mochi, you recall on numerous occasions, you'd have called me when there were training being offered by ICA, when there were trips available to go abroad. And you, being in St. Kitts, would have said, Minister, I want to identify someone from Nevis. You also would have identified me as well to go to Costa Rica, to go to Mexico, to represent the Federation. And that I want to thank you for because the exposure was had. And you would have certainly gone to St. Kitts and have stood up and made sure that your brothers and sisters in Nevis receive what is rightfully theirs. And I want to commend you for that. Not only that, the farmers here in New River and throughout the island of Nevis have benefited from you, and their efforts into the future will represent what the future should be like in agriculture, Merchant. And no amount of words can be used to commend you this morning. There's a profile that might be read that would not capture half of what you have done for the island of Nevis in agriculture and other sectors. So commendation is, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Mochi, because you are someone who would have certainly done your tour of duty.
I was almost brought to tears with what Mola has done. I didn't expect this today. However, I suppose my grandmother used to say, when you do anything, do it without expecting anything. So I did what I did without expecting anything. And here I am feeling very happy today. Well, One of the things I would like to say is that I'm very pleased to see what Merla has done. I think one day the director mentioned it, that she is a leader, a real leader. And certain things you start, you don't want to see them die. As was indicated here, New River, cotton, we used to plant cotton up there. And after I had that big farmers, meeting, and the farmers expressed what the problem was. We had the British government to fund that project 10 acres, and then we expanded to 15 acres. And Marna and Randy, the director, has really followed through and have added to it. And that is what we really want to see. We want to see people add to what you have done. Now, women in leadership in agriculture is nothing new. Over the number of years I've been at agriculture, we had some women leaders, supported by some strong men. We had Emmonston, and down at Brooklyn, I could remember the Brandy and Nisbet, Wallace, those are all strong ladies. And they are very, very important in agricultural development. And what I would like to ask Marla is to ensure that, she gives as much effort as possible. And don't let it die until she finds a very good successor. Don't move. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I do appreciate what was done to me.
Fresh local fruit and vegetables produced for our nourishment by local, eat local.
Joining me, I have a vendor here at the New River Cooperative Open Day, and I'm going to ask him to introduce himself.
I'm Gregory Elliott, aka Gatorade.
Okay, Gatorade. Tell us a bit of what is happening here at your stall today.
Okay, we just have some potatoes, some sorrel, pumpkin, and some natural stuff we make up with some art and craft. Plus I do livestock, so we have some meat, that is mutton, and some drinks, local drinks.
Okay, how do you feel about the Open Day being back again after the 2 years hiatus?
It's great, it's been a while now, but just like we can't wait. So we just here now, we're just waiting for the time. So now is the time, so we call it shut time. So we're out, we got with products, everybody out in full numbers, crowd billing, Okay. So.
Well, I know you're a farmer, a part of the New River area, the New River district, and also a farmer part of the cooperative. So how does it feel for you guys to be celebrating 5 years? Persons don't usually reach certain milestone, but 5 years is a great accomplishment. How do you feel in that regard?
Great.
Feel great.
Because after the lockdown and waiting so long, as I say, I couldn't wait.
Okay.
So I guess everybody will be saying the same thing. It's a great thing.
Okay, for persons who aren't able to make it here today, how can they get in contact with you regards to getting some of your produce and also your meat kind? Do you have a contact number?
668-2244.
Okay, thank you very much, Gatorade, for being on the farm with me. Do continue to enjoy the Open Day. All right, bye.
My name is Altia Paris.
Also known as Miss Sally. Yes, Miss Sally. Miss Sally, tell us what's happening here at your booth.
Well, I'm selling local food. Want sweet potato, yam, tanya, banana, plantain, carrots, potato, onion, papaya, and pumpkin.
Okay.
String bean and squash.
Okay. How do you feel about the Open Day being back? 5 years, celebrating 5 years.
Just want people coming.
Okay.
Just want people come out.
I'm sure they're gonna come later
the
on.
Open Day is good.
Okay.
The Open Day is real good.
All right. Continue to enjoy, Miss Sally.
I will do that.
All right then.
Yes, my name is Lofton Pemberton. I'm part of Pembees Naturally. I'm a local farmer and also make local produced wine. From various different fruits. But fruits in season, I use them to make wine. Presently we have sorrel, we have regular sorrel, and we also have spicy sorrel, and we have ginger, and we also have sativa, and we also have moringa and gooseberry. And we have them in either sweet or semi-sweet. And we have them in 3 different sizes as well. We have the 33 millimeter or liter, or the 750 ml or 25 ounces. And also this 17 ounces, which is 504 milliliters. But they are very good wines. I think you need to come and because they're made with love. Number one ingredients in all my wine is love. So, and you know how love goes, it's special. So yes. So it spreads along with other natural ingredients and so forth.
So for persons who are not able to make it to the open day, how can they get in contact with you?
Well, you can contact me at 767-4479. For those who have flow, which is most of us, you can contact me at 665-7997.
Okay, Lofton, thank you for being on the farm. Do continue to enjoy the open day.
Thank you.
Oh, I have a sample myself. This one is what?
Spicy sorrel.
Spicy sorrel. Ooh, I'm not a lover of pepper, but I'll give it a try.
It's not why we call it spicy because it has the kangaroo, the different roots. No. Yes, the other ones is without roots.
Okay, can you assist me opening it, please?
Oh, gladly, with pleasure.
I hope I don't get drunk on camera.
Hold on. Look problems here now. Hold on. Go ahead because Loyal, I want him.
I can taste the different spices inside of it, yes. It tastes lovely. Very good, very good, very good. Viewers, please to make sure that you patronize. As I said, it's made with love. It's going out with love. So please do and patronize local wine made for Mr. Lofton, okay? I'm in the presence of the New River Cooperative President, and I'm going to let her tell us a bit about what is happening at her stall today, and also how does she feel that now we are back for a 5th anniversary of the Open Day.
What we have on our stall is some nice butternut squash, some ripe bananas, mangoes, local green juice, and yam, local eggs, and a lot more stuff will be coming later.
How do you feel that the Open Day is back?
Oh, well, we work hard for this Open Day. It's really a success. We were out for 2 years because of the COVID, but now we are back. We are back in true colors, as you can see. Yes.
Okay. Well, we want to say, for persons who are not here today, how can they get in contact with you, get produce from you?
Well, I have a little business on the main road at New River. The name is River Farmers Cooperative. We always, feed off our customers with local stuff, nice local stuff. We always stick to a standard to eat local. So that is what we are giving to our customer at River Pharmacy. Come, what you do not see, you can really ask for.
Thank you very much for being on the farm and do continue to enjoy.
Thank you too.
All right, then bye. We're in the presence of the man of the Open Day, the patron for the Open Day this year. And Mr. Merchant, tell us, how do you feel that you were recognized as the patron for this year's Open Day?
Well, it was really an honor, distinct honor for me to be, asked to be the patron for this year. I never really expected it. As I said, you work and you work hard, you get paid, and you feel that you have done what you have to do and you go home. But by this type of award, you feel as if somebody appreciated what you do. And I'm really, I should say thanks to the River Farmers Cooperative.
Okay. And is there anything you want to tell the River Cooperative going forward in the efforts that they are doing here in the river as farmers and in terms of food security on the island?
Well, I can see that the farmers are cooperating with Merla. That is very important because you can't be a cooperative if you're not cooperating.
Yes.
And I think the farmers are doing quite well, and I'm hoping that they could continue because I am hoping that they will be able to take this into the by 2050. Nevis should be the garden of Nevis. And the Department of Agriculture, on the motto to enhance food security. I'm hoping that the River Farmers will be in this spearhead this effort.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Merchant, and please do continue to enjoy. Bask in your glory, because the day is about you as well, so appreciate it. All right, then, enjoy. And there you have it, viewers. Another episode of On the Farm, where we're vocal about everything local. Just to recap, we featured this year's New River Cooperative 5th anniversary for the Open Day. It was so much fun. We had vendors there. We had opening ceremony. We also had the honoree, Mr. Augustine Merchant, who was considered this year's patron. Until next time, this was On the Farm. I am Shakima Hanley.